So the Tiger 5. So these are 5 rules or golden rules that Tiger used to use when he was playing golf that can help you with shooting better scores. So let's go through what the 5 rules were. So rule number 1 was not to make bogeys on par 5s. So this is more about kind of, I guess, not being or taking on shots you don't need to and kind of playing smart, because it's very easy to get on a par 5, get driver out straight away, feel like you need to get on the green in 2 or give yourself the best birdie opportunity. Tiger's goal was not to make bogeys on them, because that's when it's really going to hurt your score. Give yourself the birdie opportunity, play the hole smart, understand that par's not necessarily a bad score, but avoid any chance you can of walking off by not making a bogey. Rule number 2 is to avoid making double bogeys. So double bogeys tend to come from compounding errors, or if you hit the ball out of bounds in a hazard, it's kind of, you hit it in the trees and you take on the hero shot. This is about taking your medicine, chipping out, giving yourself a par opportunity. And again, like the par 5 one here, it's about trying to not make silly mistakes, which is where doubles come from and bogeys on par 5. So play smart. If you hit it in the trees, chip out, give yourself the par putt. Par isn't, or bogey's not necessarily a bad score most of the time. When you start making doubles, that's when your score starts adding up. Rule number 3 is no 3-putts. So most people tend to 3-putt because they get the pace wrong. You rarely see somebody 3-putt because they've hit it miles too far left or too far right. To a certain degree, some standard of golfers, yes, they're going to struggle. And if you get really slopey greens, yeah, even the best players in the world are going to look silly at times. But if you want to improve your putting, really work on pace. Most people 3-putts, they leave it far too short or they start smashing it past the hole. Rule number 4 was not to make bogey from the fairway with a wedge. So this is again about when you're playing tour courses, it's really easy to get suckered into. They put these like real nasty pins on edge of greens where if you short side yourself, you're probably never going to get up and down. It's about kind of understanding, right, where's the safe place to hit this? Where can you give yourself a birdie opportunity but not make bogey? So again, it's not necessarily being aggressive. It's understanding that the middle of the green is sometimes a good target, even with a wedge, and it's about being smart. So making bogey with a wedge feels criminal. We all do it and we're all going to do it, and Tiger's done it plenty of times, but this was another one of his rules. And rule number 5, so the final rule, was not to blow any simple up and down. So you've got a nice basic chip shot that you should be getting up and down. If he didn't get this up and down, the way he would score this, so he would give himself points for every time he failed one of these things. So every time he got a double or bogeyed a par 5 or didn't get up and down from something simple, he'd give himself a point. And his goal was not to make any more than 6 points through a tournament, so through 4 rounds. And he believed that if he could do this, he would give himself a very good opportunity to win the tournament. And if you notice anything about these rules, it's not about kind of making birdies and eagles and shooting low scores. Even the best golfer that's probably walked the planet, his goal was not to make mistakes. And it was all based around preventing making big numbers or silly mistakes and unforced errors. And that's when he felt like he could shoot better scores. And I think that's what you can take from this, is trying to prevent making those big numbers.